And I think it's okay if we start, we are 1 minute early, but it doesn't matter. It means I invite you to come into a comfortable, nice sitting position. Very good. And I'm waiting until everyone's got their seats. Just stay calm. Awesome. And let's go together at the beginning of our class into a mudra. I want you to place the tip of your thumb, of your right hand, underneath the first digit of your index finger. So it's like a sloppy OK. Or forming the rabbit when we're doing like shadow games. And just allow your hands and your hand with the mudra to come onto your knees. Let the shoulders roll back and elevate the heart space. And in today's class, we're dealing with balancing the shoulder girdle and establishing an equal space in front and back so our lungs can really unfold and we can send our own life energy into our lungs. The mudra that we're holding today will establish a very good communication between both brain hemispheres, which is an excellent foundation for solid health. And as soon as the corpus callosum is involved in the work and exchange, there's more security or a secure base for health. Furthermore, the mudra will strengthen the wood element and our growth, and it supports us with breathing and our lungs and hearts. So again, just make sure that you're in a sitting position that you really can unfold the torso, the breathing, creating heart space, and try to release the neck and the head for a moment. And really give yourself permission to sink into the floor. Maybe close your eyes and start to come into contact with the floor. Maybe bringing your left hand to your heart and just settling in, finding out where you are right now. Maybe today there has been some commotion, maybe in general it's a demanding time. So feel the floor underneath your pelvis and feel the hand on your heart. And as you become more calmer and can sense yourself arrive here and feel what you need right now. And maybe this can be your sankalpa for today's practice. Maybe it's about self-love or about more freedom. But I really invite you as an advanced group to celebrate this in your practice today. Just for a moment, someone got kicked out. So maybe as you have your sankalpa in your focus, I invite you that with your contact to the floor and your heart, to notice your breathing and gently to start to unfold. So maybe first the belly is getting a little bit more at ease, the lungs can unfold, the shoulders sink, and we're still keeping the space in the mediastinum around the heart. And maybe it's even possible to feel the floor, the hand on your heart, and your breathing at the same time. And just imagine that you're bringing your sankalpa with your breathing into every cell of your body. And we will remain here for very relaxed 2 deep breaths. 1. 2. Very good. And then gently release your hands. Unite your hands to your heart or to your forehead. Inhale, and with an exhale, bow down to your own life energy. And slowly come back up into a seated position. Let's both hands arrive at your knees, and we're continuing the theme of the week, the Sudarshanaya Prana Kriya. It's a variation of Pastrika, and I'm demonstrating by placing one hand on my belly and allowing that with an inhalation the belly can widen and be soft. And with an exhalation, our navel is pulling towards the spine, away from our hand, and that's the basic movement that we're going to conduct as we perform this pranayama. So it's similar to Prastrika. We're learning to pump, and I know that you all can do this well, so we don't have to practice this for a long time. And the technique itself is based on solid, slow breathing, and I'm going to demonstrate once. And we start by closing off our right nostril with our right thumb. We're waiting until the inhalation comes, and inhaling through the left nostril, very slowly. So I'm going to speed up a little bit, and until we reach the end of inhalation, we stop the breath, and I'm just removing my hand, you see me better. So we stop the breath and we start to pump our belly. That's the basic movement. And whenever you're going to create tension throughout the shoulders or the hip flexors, just change with your hands to 1 or 2 fingers on your left nostril and exhale through the right. And then just take 1 or deep 2 breaths so you're staying relaxed and there's no pressure throughout the body. And then we start again and repeat the technique I just explained. Everything all right? Okay, super. So let's start. Make sure you're sitting upright. And just allow yourself to find space and slowly arrive in your lower belly. And just notice where you are with your breathing. So everything's organic and free and nothing's forced. I invite you to really flush yourself with your breath. And whenever you're ready, start before inhalation to close off your right nostril and inhale. On top of the inhalation, stop the inhalation. The finger stays on your right nostril, and we start to pump. And as soon as you notice some tension building up in your body, both fingers close off the left nostril and we exhale through the right. Just wait for a moment, breathe. Super. Second round, whenever you're ready. Closing off the right one, inhale. Top of inhalation, hold and pump. Before the pressure gets too high or you're tensing up, switch the fingers, exhale through the right nostril. Super, very calm breath, settle in, reestablish connection to the breath. 1, 2. Awesome, last round. Whenever you're ready, thumb touches right nostril, closing off, inhale. Top of inhalation, hold, start to pump. Before you start to tense up, closing off the left, exhaling for the right. Very good. Whenever you're done, just stay for a moment here, just feeling if the body temperature probably has risen a little bit. And reestablish connection to your breath. 1, 2. Very good. And then from here, start the movement, freeing up your legs, coming into a big wide V with your legs. Just shift from your right to your left sit bones and just establishing balance on your pelvis. With an inhale, let your arms rise overhead. With an exhale, interlace your fingers and turning our palms towards the ceiling. With an exhale, allow the shoulders to ground and try to find perfect balance by using the rhomboids engaged and wide chest muscles. With an inhale, just lean a little bit to the right, left sit bone stays firmly grounded. With an exhale, come forward, emptying the pelvic bowl. Shoulders stay firm and grounded, equal space in front and space and back of your shoulders. Inhale, come to your left, and with an exhale, come back up again. And then try to flow with your breath, focusing on the equal space in front and on the back of your shoulders and your chest and between your shoulder blades. And maybe you want to close your eyes so you can really connect with your pelvic bowl, with your sit bones and your shoulder space, the flowing breath. You can push the hands a little bit away from you and then come back up again. Very good. And then with an inhale, we can lift up again, pulling the arms up, and with an exhale, let the arms descend, and we're emptying our pelvic bowl and diving down in front. Feel that maybe you can draw your heels towards your pelvis. It will release your lower back. And maybe you can dive deeper, releasing the head and focusing again onto the equal space between the front of your shoulders, your collarbones, and the back of your shoulders. Mobilizing the thoracic spine. With an inhale to round the spine, slight C-curve, and with an exhale, extend and sink down with a straight back. Inhale, pulling the heels towards the pelvis, round, and with an exhale, letting the pull go, and with an extended spine, dive deep. Maybe you want to move side to side a little bit and breathe into the inside of your legs for activating the liver meridian. Maybe you can pull yourself slightly forward while your shoulders are still grounded firmly. And you're focusing on the equal space in front and back of the heart as you breathe. And then find your lower belly, Uddiyana, and with an inhale, roll back up to a seated position. And with an exhale, I'm just moving back a little bit so you see me better. And with an exhale, we're just bringing our left leg into an external rotation and coming into the deer pose. Right leg in internal rotation. So it's not absolutely necessary that both sit bones are on the floor. It depends on your acetabulum. But try your best to balance your hips and be parallel to the floor. Focus on creating equal shoulder space in front and back. Inhale, and with an exhale from your lower belly, from Uddiyana Bandha, turn towards your left knee. And maybe you can still feel your right leg as you move into the twist. And from your roots, balancing the shoulders, you can place your hands wherever you feel it's comfortable for you. And start the pulsing with an inhale round, head releases. And with an exhale, I invite you to find the wide shoulders, rhomboids engaged, wide collarbones, and come down with an extended spine. Inhale, mobilizing thoracic. Exhale, diving down, finding equal space. Last time. Inhale from Uddiyana round. Exhale, dive forward and down. Still feel your right leg on the floor. Arriving in the lower belly, inhale with the left arm, push up, lifting the right. And with an exhale, fluidly come with your left hand to your right heel, the right hand behind you. Inhale, and with an exhale, finding a C curve to the best of your abilities. Finding wide shoulders, equal space in front and back. Arrive with an exhale in your lower belly. And with an inhale, come back up again to front. Exhale, freeing up the right leg. And we're switching to the other side. Right leg, external rotation, left leg, internal. Finding again our pelvic bowl, the best position we can do. With our hip sockets, inhale here. And with an exhale, turn towards your right knee, maybe a little bit forward. Inhale here, feeling the left leg, and with an exhale, diving down. Equal shoulder space, shoulders equally grounded. And from Uddiyana, start the pulsation with an inhale round. Maybe you feel it through the neck, through the base of the skull, and with an exhale, with length, dive down. Inhale round, gathering the energy, and with an exhale, let it release. Extend, create space. Focusing on broad heart space. Engage rhomboids. Last time, 3. And then find yourself in Uddiyana, lower belly, navel to spine. Inhale, left arm helps you to get up. Exhale, dynamically switch to the other side. Left hand, right heel. Right hand wherever it's comfortable for you. Inhale, round. Exhale. Come deeper, maybe just a couple of millimeters. Inhale into the back of your heart. And with an exhale, ground into Uddiyana. And come back up again with an inhale. Allow your left hand to help you with the release of the left leg. And I'm turning around. The intention is that we all face the front side of the mat. And find with an inhale wide shoulder space. And with an exhale from Uddiyana Bandha, come into Ardha Navasana. Exhale, let the arms release and reach them forward. And try to find the perfect balance between wide collarbones and engaged rhomboids. Inhale, open into stretch pose, keeping the shoulder space equal. And with an exhale, come back into Ardha Navasana, focusing on the shoulder space. Very good. Inhale, stretch pose, equal shoulder space. Exhale from center, come back up into Ardha Navasana. Last time, inhale. And exhale, Ardha Navasana. From here, we're just going back down into stretch pose, inhaling. Exhale, bringing the legs into a wide V and come into a sloppy lower Navasana. Inhale, going into stretch pose. Exhale, widening the legs and reuniting them in Navasana. Half teaser, last time. Inhale. Exhale, very good. Come back up into a lower Navasana. And from here, inhale one more time. And with an exhale, come into Ardha Navasana with your fingers on your shoulders. Inhale at center, and with an exhale, twist to the right. Focusing on equal shoulder space if possible. Inhale, returning to center. Exhale, twisting to the left side. Very good. Back to the center. Inhale. Exhale. to the right. Just allow the thoracic spine to twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, last time. Twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, slowly allow your feet to return to the floor. Freeing up the arms. Coming into seat pose. Releasing forward. And breathing into the back of our heart. Also freeing up the rhomboids in the back. You can push the outer edges of your knees into the inside of your elbows. You can feel probably how that's widening the shoulder blades in the back as you're breathing. Just enjoy. And then slowly come into center Uddiyana again. Roll back up with an inhale. And with an exhale, come through center, over the sides, into the first downward dog of the day. And my cat is pawing or clawing at the door, so I'm going to ignore him. Otherwise, he's just begging for food throughout the whole class. So let's find ourselves here into downward dog, spreading the fingers, inhale, and with an exhale, arrive into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Keeping the lower back stable, try to move your legs, finding a unilateral body vinyasa here by lifting the heels and descending them. And then with an exhale, arrive both heels drawing to the floor. Inhale, flow forward into plank. Exhale, come into your chaturanga. Inhale, equal shoulder space, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, pull back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Find the balanced shoulder space in front and back. Inhale, and with an exhale, come forward into plank. Side vinyasa. Inhale, both heels turn to the left. Inhale, right arm circles, wide shoulders for out. Exhale, arriving into plank and turning to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, plank, both heels to the left, knees bent, inhale. Exhale, shoulder space center. Last time, inhale. And exhale, coming back into plank. Pull back into downward dog. Move one more time. Coming into the body as we move, creating equal shoulder space, rhomboids, sternum lifted, support from core 2. Waving the spine. 3. Very good. And then from here, just find stable, wide shoulder space. Inhale, right leg lifts, parallel hips, flexed foot. Find a slight internal rotation. Exhale, arrive into Uddiyana. With an inhale, we open up the right hip. And with an exhale, bend the right knee. Left sit bone still pulling back. Inhale. Straighten the right leg as the sit bones pull together. Exhale. Bend the right knee again and let the right heel drop further. Inhale from center. Straighten the leg. Exhale. Sit bones drawing together. And then from here, as you have found the maximum abduction of your right leg in extension, circle the leg to nourish the hip joint itself. With an inhale. Exhale, come back up. Last time, inhale. And exhale. We're inhaling the right leg. Exhaling, drawing knee to center. And to our upper arm. We're coming back into a downward dog with an inhale. Exhale, twist right knee towards the left upper arm. Inhale, we're pulling back, extending the right leg. Exhale, through center, knee to chest, and we're stepping forward. As you arrive here and you place your hands, lift up, finding equal shoulder space in front and back. And then with an exhale, dropping the left knee. Inhaling, extending, or straightening the right leg for Ardha Hanuman. And with an exhale, pulling the tailbone towards the backside of your left knee. Inhale, round. Exhale, pulling the tailbone away from your left knee. Lengthen forward. Finding this pulsation as you inhale and exhale. Maybe be aware of the movement of your shoulders. the widening of the rhomboids, the integration, the sternum pulling forward. Finding yourself in Uddiyana, stay here and move forward with an inhale into low lunge. Exhale, straightening your left leg, stabilizing your shoulders. And then allowing the back leg to drop, the back heel to drop. Come into Skandasana, and we're shifting dynamically with an exhale, bending the right knee, finding support throughout the core, our core pushing into the earth throughout the feet as we move fluidly from side to side. And let's speed it up so we're getting good training for adductors as we breathe. Remember to move from center, to push into your feet and into the earth, and maybe focusing also on lifting the sternum, engaging the rhomboids, and slowly come back down. Right knee bend. Inhale here. Exhale, placing the left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Still grounding the left heel firmly in the back. Inhale, lifting up from Uddiyana. Exhale, drawing the rhomboids together, engaging them, lifting the heart. Inhale here one more time, finding support throughout your feet, your core. Exhale, slowly releasing the pose. Inhale here, exhale, come into Skandasana, left knee bends. Inhale through Parasarita, exhale, right knee bends. And then we're moving towards our left leg. Inhale here, exhale, equal shoulder space, right knee grounds. Inhale, straightening the left leg, arriving in Ardha Hanuman. Exhale, come to center, mobilizing the pelvis. With an inhale, tailbone towards back of the knee, round from center, opening the rhomboids. Exhale, extending the sternum, reach forward, keeping the back of the neck free. Inhale, round. Maybe you move throughout the brainstem. Exhale, heart reaches forward, shoulders equal space in front and back. Last time, inhale and exhale. Make sure you're reaching also through your left foot equally on the medium and the lateral side, and settle into the pose. Focus on your breathing, finding the heart space, finding contact to the floor. 2, 3. Come back up with an inhale, and with an exhale, placing the hands, straightening the right leg. Inhale, exhale through Parasarita, come into right knee bends. Inhale, Prasarita stance. Exhale, left knee bends. And start to flow again, focusing on working from your core into the earth, focusing on creating equal space in your collarbones, rhomboids slightly engaged. And we breathe. We finish off with bending the left knee. Inhale here. And with an exhale, lifting the arms from center, placing your right elbow on the outside of your left knee, still grounding through your right foot. Inhale, placing the hands in Anjali. And with an exhale, push yourself away from the leg, twisting the thoracic spine and finding equal shoulder space. We inhale one more time, lifting the heart, freeing up the neck. And with an exhale, arrive into Uddiyana Bandha. Freeing slowly up the arms. Inhale, come into Prasarita. Exhale, bending the right knee. Inhale, move back into Prasarita. Exhale, bending the left knee. Inhale, moving towards the right leg to the front. Exhale, setting our hands, reestablishing shoulder space, and arriving in Downward Dog. Again, through center, making sure that you're waving the spine. It's like a mini vinyasa. You're keeping the spine alive. As you pulse here, just observe your shoulder space in front and back. See how the front and back communicates with each other in harmony. And settle into Adho Mukha Svanasana. With an inhale, flow forward into plank, side vinyasa. Exhale, heels drop to the right. Left arm lifts with an inhale through plank. Exhale, both heels to the left. knees bent, circle the right arm, inhale, equal shoulder space, exhale, arrive in plank. Inhale, both heels to the right, left arm circles, inhale, exhale, equal shoulder space as we switch last time. Inhale, right arm lifts, exhale, come into plank. Find an equal shoulder space, push forward, inhale, exhale, Chaturanga, inhale, equal shoulder space here. In Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, exhale, pull back into Downward Dog. And then stepping in your feet, finding contact again throughout your hands and feet. Still making sure that you're creating this equal shoulder space. Yeah, very good. And the back with slightly engaging the rhomboids, in the front with wide collarbones and lifted sternum. And then with an exhale, step forward and come into Uttanasana, feet hip width apart. Inhale, lifting back up one more time, extending the spine. And with an exhale, slightly rounding and then extending forward with a straight spine. Finding equal shoulder space as you round up with an inhale. And with an exhale, you're extending back down. Focusing on this equal space that is created as we go through the motions or the gradients, arriving with an exhale into extended spine. Readjust your hands, your neck, find deep, long breaths. For 1, 2, freeing up the head, and 3. And then releasing the back of the head one more time, leading with the back of your heart with an inhale, coming back up into Ardha Uttanasana, and with an exhale, stepping back with your feet, placing your heels together, inhale, exhale, coming into center in an engaged C-curve as you place your hands, and we push and pull up into Bakasana, crow. So with an inhale, come forward, with an exhale, lifting off one foot and the other, and pulling yourself away from the floor, from an engaged core. Stay here if you'd like, or if you feel ready today, slowly come back down and arrive into tripod headstand. I'm coming out just to see if I can assist you. Yeah, that's very good. Awesome. Stay with it. Just make sure you have the shoulders, elbows together. Breathing in tripod, tailbone to heels, elbows hugging midline, equal shoulder space if you can remember, and then slowly come back down. Gentle touch down, core still engaged, shoulders still equally balanced, and then sink back down into Balasana or Child's Pose. Even here, make sure that your shoulder space is equal in the front and in the back, and come into a gentle wrist stretch, maybe circling your head on your forehead. Not a lot of weight on your head. And pushing into the backside of your hands. So you feel a nice stretch throughout the forearm. And then come back up from center. Inhale. Exhale, freeing up the hands, maybe shake them out for a little bit. And then move back forward, making contact to the earth. Inhale, equal shoulder space. Exhale, arriving back down in Downward Dog. Step your feet. Feel your hands and fingertips on the floor. Rolling back the shoulders. Triceps hugging midline, waving the spine. Finding this wave of motion as the rhomboids widen when we go into the C-curve. And with an exhale, feeling the collarbones spreading wide. With an inhale, let the left leg rise, hips are parallel, foot is flexed, and then with an exhale, creating the equal shoulder space, pushing away from the floor, opening up the left hip with an inhale. Still finding the sit bones drawing together, elongating the right side of the waist as we go into the body vinyasa, bending the left knee with an inhale, extending the leg with an exhale, still pushing the floor away, Keep with the motion with an inhale, bending the knee, drawing it higher. Exhale, extending, finding equal shoulder space. Last time, inhale, maybe the left heel drops a little bit further, the knee comes up a little bit further. And with an exhale, come back down and start to circle your hip, going from internal to external rotation. See that you can invigorate the juices in your hips, the synovial fluid. And then with an inhale, come back up again. Exhale, we're drawing our left knee towards our left upper arm. Yep, very good. Come back. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, exhale, going into the twist. Equal shoulder space if possible. Coming back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale here, left leg rises. Exhale, through center, make the step forward, creating equal shoulder space as you lift up with an inhale, and with an exhale, allowing the right heel to drop. And we're moving over the side. With an inhale, right arm leads. And with an exhale into Parshva Vira, the side warrior, creating equal shoulder space as we sink deeper. Inhale through Vira 2, arrive with the left hand on the floor. Inhaling, extending the right arm. Exhale, circling the arm, coming back up into Warrior 2. Inhale here, exhale, coming back into Parshva Vira. Finding the support throughout the shoulders, equal space in front and back. Inhale here, and with an exhale, tailbone can slightly lift, twist to the side. Go into a twisted version of Parshva Vira. Still working your left knee outward to the best of your abilities. Inhale, arriving back into Warrior 2. Exhale, placing the left hand on the floor, letting the right arm rise. Inhale, equal shoulder space. Exhale, drawing the right arm overhead. Come into Parshva Konasana. And still find, as you're breathing here, that your shoulders are rooted and you're trying to engage the rhomboids as lift the sternum. Breathing here for 2. 3, looking up one more time. Inhale, lifting the heart. And with an exhale, slowly let your right arm descend. Place it on the floor. Right heel turns back up. We inhale here. And with an exhale, come into gold digger. So the left arm rises. The hip stays totally solid and without any motion. Exhale, round back and gather into center. Inhale. The left sit bone draws away from the left shoulder as the arm lifts. Exhale, round, gather to center. Reaching throughout the whole time through the right leg. Inhale, exhale, neck, me, be free. Inhale one more time, twisting the thoracic. And with an exhale, come back with your left hand to the floor, creating equal shoulder space again. Inhale, exhale, step the left leg in just a little bit, finding the stability throughout your shoulders as we go into mountain climbers. So you may lift your left leg off and then start to run on the spot, focusing on the equal shoulder length in the front and in the back, the engagement of the rhomboids, the rooting of the shoulder blades through the latissimae, and the breathing. Inhale here, come into plank. Exhale, knees down and sink back into Balasana. And then from here, roll back up with an inhale. And with an exhale, come into Ustrasana. Freeing again the back and the front of your shoulders. See if you can still have this sense of creating an equal space in the front and in the back. Super. And finding the sternum lifting as you breathe. For 2. Very good. And 3. And then arrive in your lower belly as you're coming out again. Focusing on really moving from Uddiyana as you lift back up, drawing navel to spine with an inhale. And with an exhale, slowly allow yourself to descend down and find the equal shoulder space again. Flex both feet. Inhale here. Exhale, finding equal shoulder space for our breathing. And as you arrive here in downward dog, repeatedly, try to extend your breathing. Try to find really a 3D space throughout your lungs by the space you've created and filling yourself up with your sankalpa. So arrive into downward dog after some movement. And then from here, with an inhale, lift the right leg. Hip opens. Exhale, drawing the right knee forward, stepping forward. Inhale here, creating equal shoulder space. Exhale, we come into Parshva Ajjanasana. I just have to move my mat because it's a little bit slippery. And step in front, so I'm solid. Inhale, lifting the right arm, equal shoulder space. And with an exhale, sink down and stabilize the left shoulder as you do. Come with me as we repeat. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, extending the body, equal space in front and back. Grounded shoulders last time. Inhale, exhale. Really make sure that your left heel is in line with your knee. Freeing up the right arm, and with an exhale, draw the straight left leg forward through the body. With your right hand, take the outer edge of your left foot. Inhale, extending the leg, and with an exhale, come into this Vishma Mitrasana variation here. Really pulling your leg to the inside of your left arm, extending the heart, and try the best to your abilities to find the equal heart space. Breathe. And then with an inhale, return back to center, lifting the leg. Exhale, letting the right arm come behind you, placing your left knee over your right. Garudasana legs. Inhale, lift up, equal shoulder space. Elbows may be bent. With an exhale, let the hip descend just a little bit and release. Maybe the neck releases as well. And then push back up with an inhale one more time maybe, or stay here as you dangle. Finding equal shoulder space, freeing up the left leg. Inhale, exhale, twisting on your right and extending the left leg back with an inhale. Exhale, allow the left leg to descend. Arrive on your feet again. Pulsing the spine. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, descend into chaturanga, equal shoulder space. Inhale, lifting equal shoulder space up into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward dog. And breathe. Try to settle the breath again. Try to focus on a connection to the floor. You're breathing 3D throughout your lungs and equal shoulder space. Very good. And then see if you can come with me to the other side. So inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, we're stepping forward with the right leg. With an inhale, slowly lift up, creating equal shoulder space. Exhale, left heel drops. We're coming into Vira 2 with an inhale and directly with an exhale into Parshva Vira. Settle in, finding the support for your right groin throughout your right, the push of your right heel. Inhale here, exhale, arriving with your right hand on the floor, left arm overhead. Parshva Konasana, circle the upper left arm. Inhale, come up, equal shoulder space. Exhale, come into Parshva Vira, equal shoulder space, sink deeper. Very good. Inhale here, grounding both shoulders, and with an exhale, go into the twist, drawing your right arm towards your left thigh, rounding. Elbow may come back just a little bit, but try to stay in Vira 2 to the best of your abilities. Inhale here, and then with an exhale, coming back down into Parshva Konasana, circling the arm upward, and then grounding the shoulders and finding, as you lean back, the equal shoulder space in the back and in the front of the body. Feel the floor. Maybe your head may turn if it needs to. Find your breathing. And then slowly from here, inhale one more time, exhale, come back down, left heel turns up. We're stepping back just a tad to come back into the second round of mountain climbers. So follow me. With an inhale, prepare. With an exhale, start the motion. Find again that even throughout cardiovascular activation, you will have this equal shoulder space in front and in back. And you're trying to feel the floor, the stability, your breath, and enjoying the movement. Inhale, come back into plank. Exhale, knees come down. Sit back into Balasana, releasing the head, but maybe still finding this equal shoulder space as you breathe. Find with the action of breathing and a slight drawing up and forward that we can so beautifully free up the rhomboids, activate them, freeing up the sternum, the mediastinum, and freeing it and extending it forward. All right, so from here, please come back up onto hands and knees. Inhale here. Exhale, just roll your lower thighs outward so your knees have more space, your menisci are happy. Inhale here, and then with an exhale, sit back between your heels for a Virasana position, just to release the front of the legs, the front gate, and calm the breath. Opposite gradient from Ustrasana, and still gathering energy in the front line. And then with an inhale, slowly find the neutral heart space again, shoulders equally spaced out, and then with an exhale, draw your shoulders to your hips. Inhale, flexing the feet. Exhale, pushing back into downward dog. Welcome back. See if you can establish and reunite elbow basics, the waving of the spine, observing the shoulder space in front and back, the grounding, the unfolding of the lungs, and maybe the satisfaction we get from observing all of this. And then with an inhale, lifting your left leg, opening the hip, and with an exhale, drawing the knee forward, stepping forward. Inhale, creating equal shoulder space. Exhale, step with your left leg into Parshvachanasana. Welcome to the second round. Find the legs active throughout, also the adductors of your right leg. Inhale, reaching the left arm back, creating even shoulder space. Collarbones, elbows are stacked underneath the shoulders, above your wrist. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, sink deeper. Observe the movement of your right shoulder. The shoulder space where your right shoulder kisses your chest. And make sure you're staying equally balanced and wide. And then with an exhale, drawing the straightened right leg through. Inhale, extending it forward, grabbing the outside of your right foot. And come into the Vishwamitrasana variation here. Also make sure your torso is really rotating from your thoracic spine. Grounding the shoulders, equal shoulder space to the best of your abilities, and then with an exhale, letting go of the pose. Inhale here, exhale, right leg comes over left for Garudasana legs. Inhale, equal shoulder space, push up, freeing up the base of your head. Exhale, letting the hips descend, releasing the back of the heart. Inhale, lifting the sternum and the pelvis. Exhale, pulsing here, maybe your elbows are bent. Enjoy. And hang for a moment. And then freeing up the right leg again. Inhale, freeing up the left arm. Again, working with both hemispheres of our brain. Inhale, lifting the right leg. And with an exhale, setting it down to your left. Step back so you find a nice downward dog. And then move forward with an inhale into plank. With an exhale into chaturanga. Maybe perfectionizing the equal shoulder space. Inhale, equal shoulder space, active arms in upward facing dog. Exhale, come back down into downward facing dog. And remember, when we're repeating, we have the ability to deepen, to dive in further as we repeat a pose. So find the grounding, the breath, the equal shoulder space. Movement where you need to, stability where you need to or asked to. And breathe deeply. And then from here, slowly step forward with an exhale and come into Uttanasana pulsations. So we inhale and draw forward. We exhale. We are actually testing our legs and we're testing our ability to balance our shoulder girdle and freeing up the lung space as we testing our back side of the legs, freeing up the head, staying here in Uttanasana so you can really focus on the shoulders as you breathe. Tailbone moving away from your heels. And then with an inhale, backside of your heart leads, come back up to standing. Exhale, hands, palms uniting at the heart. You can see it as a combination of brain and heart integration here. Maybe you want to close your eyes, finding Padabandha by lifting off your toes or shifting. And also focusing on these wide collarbones, the heart space lifted for our social engagement system, and the rhomboid slightly engaged. With an inhale, offer this forward, the space for your sankalpa, the ability to breathe with full power your sankalpa into your cells. And with an exhale, just place your hands on your sacrum, for this is sacred work for you as you root through your feet, turning the inner thighs to the back, internal rotation, inhale, lifting the heart, equal shoulder space, exhale, come into your standing back bend. And just go as deep as the body allows for today, while you still focus on your shoulder space, the equal space in front and in the back, freeing up the jaw and breathing. 4, 3. Finding your roots, maybe lifting the head first. Inhale here and then exhale. Follow with the rest of your body. Allow for some time, releasing the arms. Finding solid ground again. The rooting of the shoulders. And then stepping a little bit wider than shoulder width apart with your feet. And sinking down into Malasana. Resting, but stay a little bit mobile and with vitality. So maybe you want to lift your heels and shift from side to side. And just, if your knees are okay with this, to really find this is an enjoyable movement. It's actually pleasurable and nice to do this. And we're still freeing up the inner groins for the space for our kidney and liver energy to enter the body, nourish our organs. Maybe arriving in Malasana, squat, still focusing on the Sankalpa. Offering this forward with an inhale as we use the floor, pushing back up, coming to standing. And with an exhale, just turning the feet back forward again, releasing the hands in Anjali or palms on our heart or forehead, you choose. And observe the heart space, observe the breath, observe the connection to the floor. Consciously breathe your sankalpa into your body. And then slowly start with an exhale to release your hands and prepare for Utthita Hasta Baddha Kustasana as we shift onto our left leg. I'm not mirroring you. Lifting with an inhale the right knee off the floor from center, equal shoulder space. Exhale, grabbing our big toe, hooking it with our first 2 fingers. Sit bones draw together, and from center with an inhale, straightening the right leg. Finding the equal shoulder space. The shoulders like to move forward and back here, and then open with an inhale to the side. Finding your breath again, maybe drawing the leg higher. Drawing it slightly forward with an inhale again. Exhale, maybe a little bit more stretch. And then bring it forward with an inhale, and with an exhale, setting the leg down. Awesome. Release the legs again, finding the grounding, finding the equal shoulder space, finding your breath. Very good. And then just come back down and hang loose for a little while. Releasing the ankles, the feet slightly more apart than hip width. And see if you're hanging here, if you can still be aware of your shoulder space, your breathing, and maybe just slight alterations as you breathe that aid you with your breathing. And then roll back up with an inhale. Exhale, come to standing. We're stepping together and we're preparing for the other side. So I invite you again to ground yourself throughout your feet, spreading them wide. An inhale arriving at center. Exhale, creating the equal shoulder space. And then let's shift onto a right leg with an inhale from center, holding the equal shoulder space, lifting up the left one. Exhale, grabbing our big toe, right hand maybe on our right ilia, and the sit bones draw together as you extend with an inhale, your left leg forward. Exhale, finding the equal shoulder space again. And then as you open up the pose, Udita Hasta Baddha Gustasana, and the left arm comes to the left, just draw your right ilia to the right. Sit bones together. Inhale here. Exhale, arriving at center, equal shoulder space. Inhale, drawing the left leg forward. Exhale, giving it a stretch, finding the equal shoulder space as you do so. Inhale, and with an exhale, setting the left leg back down to the floor. Arrive here. Very good. And releasing the pose, just move, do whatever you feel you need to do to hang loose. Still gathering the energy as you stay present, holding Uddiyana Bandha, holding the awareness of the shoulder space. It doesn't have to be equal, but just to be aware of what you're doing as you're shifting and you're breathing. I'm holding my head up so you can hear me better, because otherwise the mic would scratch on my clothing. But just feel that you're really freeing up the medulla oblongata, the brainstem, establishing a good communication. And then with an inhale, letting the movement cease, come into hands on the shoulders, equal shoulder space. Inhale, step back. Exhale, dropping the left heel, coming into Prasarita, setting your hands. Very good. Inhale here, round. Exhale, extend the spine, making sure that you're pushing from your core into your feet as you breathe. Before we start to shift, inhale, right knee bends. Exhale, left knee bends. And being aware of your shoulder space, the heart lifted, the rhomboids engaged. Find that you're moving from center, and otherwise with your breath can be fluid. You can speed it up and we can have some fun here. Very good. Yeah. Really try to move as your arms let go, and then sit down and come with an inhale into Vira 2. And inhale, come back down. Back heel turns up. Inhale, exhale, stepping back. Right leg comes up. Inhale, exhale, come into flip the dog. Really find also here, I'm getting out, but you can do it, the rotation of your thoracic spine, the heart lifting up towards the ceiling, and the equal shoulder space maybe. Very good. Awesome. Breathing. And then prepare as we come out. With an inhale, the right arm extends. With an exhale, we set it down. We shift and pivot through as the right leg lifts with an inhale. And with an exhale, draw the knee to the chest, stepping forward. Back heel turns. We shift to the side, Prasarita. Inhale, we're lifting up. And with an exhale, we start our Skandasana action again. And we're warming up the inner legs. We're strengthening and lengthening our muscles and tissues, myofascial tissues here, just to be prepared for the spring. And really move from center, keeping the shoulder space equal, the shoulders still loose. And then stop by shifting to your right knee. Exhale, turning to your left. Inhale, bringing up the right arm. Exhale, coming back down, equal shoulder space into Parshva. Inhale here. Exhale, setting the hands down, back. Right heel turns up. Exhale, swinging the left leg through and stepping into flipping the dog. Just make sure that you still have the heart lifted, the rhomboids engaged for this equal shoulder space. Breathe. Releasing the upper arm. Yeah, that's beautiful. Super. And then prepare to come back out again. Inhale, lifting here. Exhale, setting down the left hand. The left leg lifts with an inhale. And with an exhale, drawing the knee to the chest, step forward. Inhale, shifting to the side. Exhale, bending the right knee. And then the left. And flow side to side. Enjoy, have fun. You're going to think of me tomorrow probably. As we're breathing and moving from center into our feet, the head is completely free, neck is loose. And then inhale, stop, bending the left knee. Exhale, making sure your knees are okay with this. Support yourself with hands on floor. And maybe the right arm can move back. We're turning the right leg up, heels on the floor, toes pointing up, and then sitting back down for a variation of Jana Shishasana D. Make sure that you're having your heel underneath your knee. I'm having a little trouble here with my mat. Reach forward with your right arm with an inhale, and with an exhale, coming and twisting or turning to the side, maybe coming deeper, your right hand on your left ankle. Reaching up, drawing yourself up, freeing up the left groin, and then with an exhale, come into compass pose here in Jana D variation. Try to find the equal shoulder space again. I know it's not easy in this pose as there is little space, but just try your best as you're here and breathing. And lifting the sternum with an inhale, enjoying the rhomboids. Come back up again with an inhale. Exhale, really making sure again that your ankle is directly underneath your knee. The left arm moves back, and we're coming back, pushing forward with an inhale, and with an exhale, come into Skandasana. Very good. Inhale here, exhale, shifting into right knee bend, left knee bend, side to side. Enjoy. Smile, being aware of the shoulder space, your neck, your breathing, the connection to the ground from center. As you shift from side to side, yeah, just keep with me for a little bit longer, and then stay with your right knee bent. Inhale here, exhale, toes of the left leg pointing up, using the left hand to sit back down if your knees are okay with this, and really making sure that your ankle is directly underneath your right knee, sorry. Inhale here, and with an exhale, freeing up the arms, extending them to the side. Inhale, rooting throughout the right leg, and with an exhale, your left arm comes into the inside of your left leg. You're using the push, the opposites to really turn the thoracic spine to the right. Inhale here, reaching the right arm, and with an exhale, feel the grounding. Maybe you can move deeper, and your left hand can touch your right ankle as you move deeper with your left shoulder on the inside of your left knee, and come into full compass pose, feeling also this drawing apart as your right leg wants to move into external rotation. Very good. Awesome. Super. Yes. Freeing up the neck, feeling the shoulder space equally. Yeah, sehr gut. Very good. And then from here, inhale, lifting the sternum. Exhale, coming back out again. Just allowing yourself some time to arrive here. Maybe to make sure that your ankle and your knee are okay. Slowly freeing up the other leg and arriving into Baddha Konasana legs. Try to use your elbows on the insides of your upper thigh and your groins to really pull the legs apart and rotate them out as you use your glute muscles, and just honor the differences in the placement of your acetabuli and the right and left hip. You always want to go for a stretch on the inside of your right thighs and your left thigh of your thighs, and not compromise this space in the back of your hip. So if there's pain, just stop the push. Mobilizing the spine, finding the equal heart space again, freeing up the head. And maybe you can draw deeper, feeling the breath, the equal heart space, and then with an inhale, come back up again. And with an exhale, maybe keeping this connection. I'm turning around so you can see me better. And I want us to slowly keeping the contact of our feet. Inhaling here, arms reach forward. And with an exhale, slowly find again this neutral shoulder space in front and in the back as we start to roll back vertebrae by vertebrae and really use also the push of your feet. It's actually an interesting position as it brings you more into your glutes, and then releasing back down here, finding the equal shoulder space, finding the neck released, our arms to our sides, and with deep breaths you can enjoy the front side of your shoulders really being open, your rhomboids strengthened and engaged, and feel if you want to step your feet in a little bit further. Come into Baddha Konasana again if you do so. And slightly rock your legs from left to right. I call this knee shimmering. And if you need more motion, just come into your sacrum and feel the sacrum rocking from left to right on the floor. And see if this releases your lower back, your pelvis, your legs, maybe even up to your head. Maybe the body gives you a sigh of relief, a deeper breath. And then slowly let the motion cease over time. Breathing for 1 or 2 rounds consciously into this equal space in the front and in the back of your shoulders. Jaw is loose, neck released. And then place both arms as you would in shoulder bridge to your sides, finding the sternum lifted, the shoulder space established. Push your heels, your feet into each other. Push the back sides of your shoulders into the ground. And we're slowly with an inhale lifting with the push of our arms, shoulders, and outside of the feet, our hips up. Try to keep the neck really, really released and rest on the back of your back side of your head. And then try if you can release the groins, if you can release the thighs, and you will see that there is this slight motion happening of releasing stress from the body, especially the psoas. Stay with your breathing. This motion just happens all by itself. You don't have to force it. The body does it automatically. It comes from TRE. And if it's not happening, if you're tired, just come back down onto the floor again. But maybe feel by pushing your heels and your feet strong into each other, the motion will slowly diminish or cease, and you can roll back over time down with a fluid breath and arrive back down onto the floor with your pelvis. And the glutes will release too. Find your breath again, relax for a moment. Slowly turn your knees up towards the ceiling again. Come into Arpanasana, drawing your knees to your chest. Finding this equal rooting of your sacrum, this equal space in the front side and in the back side of your shoulders. And as we have worked so much with our lungs and giving them enough space, really arrive here in this Supta child's position actually into really filling up your lungs. We have this big advantage of the feedback of the floor behind us to really also feel that we're filling up the back of our lungs and freeing up the capacity there to really bring our sankalpa from the beginning, what we need, into our body. And then let your arms fall apart, enjoying these wide collarbones, the heart that's lifted. And move very gently and slowly from your center, knees together with an exhale to your right. See if your left shoulder can stay grounded, probably throughout the whole time, and you can stay here or go into Supta Parivrita Uttita Hasta Baddha as you extend. I'm showing it to you on the other side. As you extend the top leg to the front, getting a grip on the outside of your foot there, and extending the lower back. And as you lie like this, make sure that you're rolling your top hip away from your free arm that's on the floor, for really getting into the lateral sides of your hamstrings. We're still trying to work with our maximum capacity with breath, with a heart that's elevated, and a well-established extension throughout the body, and awareness, a global awareness. Stay with your breath, and then slowly come back, either with both legs or as you scissor the legs over the side. Maybe you wanna just have to move my battery pack, reach throughout your feet, and then scissoring the legs, we're coming to the other side, either knees bend as you did before, or you go into the version where the top right leg extends, you're getting with your left arm or hand a hold onto the outside of your right foot. The left leg is extended, and you're twisting from your thoracic spine onto your right shoulder blade, really grounding the shoulders, establishing wide collarbones, and then the free exchange with the back and front side of your shoulders, staying with a little bit of curiosity if there's more rotation happening, more release happening throughout the thoracic spine or the jaw or the forehead. Freeing up the pose slowly by letting go of your foot, bringing both legs up, scissoring them or knees together, your choice, or one leg and then the other. Coming here one more time with an inhale and with an exhale. Either you can come back into Baddha Konasana legs and come into the lower end of the triple diamond, placing one hand on your belly, the other hand on your heart. Opening your legs as you would open the pages of a book. Probably there's no story yet because we're growing. And we're staying with this full capacity of our breath to bring what we need into our body in connection with our heart and ourself. By having one hand on the navel, below the navel, that's Svadhisthana. Enjoy the probably more sensible heart space, and then freeing up your hands. I want you to still be aware of this equal shoulder space. And maybe also feel the hands on your body, the contact the hands make with the body as you breathe. Allowing the body to fully breathe if it needs to spontaneously, and preparing for the Karma end meditation. Maybe you wanna, as you exhale, also check again a soft encouragement and engagement of the rhomboids to really free up the heart as you breathe. Allow your body to sink into the floor as you exhale. Feeling the sacrum firmly grounded. Maybe you want to circle the shoulders one more time. If there's tension from holding your hands on belly and heart. And find again if you can extend your breath. And breathe deeper with your sankalpa. Keep the eyes closed, feeling the floor. And maybe you can feel the floor and your breath, the contact of your hands on your body. And stay in this connection, this multi-layered connection, as you're freeing your hands, bringing them to your sides, aiding your legs to come together if you had them in Baddha Konasana, and slowly letting the legs descend from center, extending into your legs. And maybe you can walk your legs from the left and right a little bit further away from your hips to find this release. You see me deeper, in a deeper breath here, for your lower back, for your hip flexors in front, your thighs. And still we're aware of our equal shoulder space as we're resting. You can stay here with your hands and fingers pointing towards your feet, or maybe you want to come into triple diamond, or putting our index and thumb tips of our thumbs and indexes together. So we're forming a double diamond of this pose with our upper body now, while the lower body is completely relaxed on the floor. And as we've changed something in our shoulders, elbows, forearms and hands, you may want to check this equal space of shoulders in front and back. Play with the sternum and the rhomboids. And as we have, again, the index and the thumbs together, we are activating the element in TCM for breathing, which is the metal, and for immunity. And I want you to be really strong in those two aspects of lung and large intestines, where our bionome also make sure we're staying healthy, and to breathe very consciously and deep, and bringing what you need right now, coupled with immunity, good health, a good exchange inside and out into each and every cell of your body. See if the base of your skull can release, your jaw can release again as we're working on the upper body. And then slowly freeing up the triple diamond, or the upper part of the triple diamond. You can bring one knee in, keeping the shoulders equally balanced, wide collarbones. Exhale, bringing the other knee to the first one. And then just feel maybe your shoulders want to circle. You want to maybe draw your knees closer to your chest to release here one more time. See if you can be with yourself in this child's pose, supported on your back. And from this very fluidly and organically arrive into happy baby, being ready, ignited for your growth and the wood element, the rejuvenation, the re-exploration, and have all this juicy liver energy for your organs, for good decision making in your gallbladder, and good immunity as you're still breathing deeply. See if you can feel the floor, if you can feel the pose and your breath. Jaw is released. Very happy here in a low back release. In a Ardha Navasana supported by the floor. And then gently let go of your feet again, letting your feet maybe return to the floor or rocking back up. If you have still the juice, try Ardha Navasana. If there's a lot of energy still present, and as you arrive in a seated position, make sure again that you can find this equal heart space. Drawing your sit bones to apart for equal grounding. And finding a well-established space in front and in the back. Our heart hovering in this wide space of the mediastinum. The lungs that have a lot of space for breathing and energy, and the grounding through the floor. Come back to your Sankalpa one more time. Inhale, spread it very consciously. Exhale, completing your practice, maybe drawing to spine, navel to spine one more time. And very consciously go through a motion of expansion and arriving back where you are on the floor in the here and now. Enjoy drinking your breath. Completely completing your practice. And then see if you can feel the floor, your breath as you bring your hands to your heart, thanking yourself for your practice, bowing maybe internally to your life energy. See if you can open your eyes, if there's still a connection present to your breath, your heart, the floor, the desire to be healthy and to be growing. And I say thank you for being here today, practicing with me, and I hope you had a really good time. Thank you so much. Bowing to your own life energy. Namaste.